Alright, putting a power commander pc3 USB on an 04 ZX10. First thing you want to do, go ahead, remove your side panels. We're going to have one here, one on the other side just like it. It's going to have one Allen head screw, then the rest just kind of pop out through the little grommets. Alright, also you want to take off your rear seat. Get the rear seat off, take out these two screws, a screw here, a screw there, and then one screw here. Seat pops off just like so. Alright, as far as placement of the power commander, I like to place mine about right here. It's a good little pocket, keeps it nice and sturdy. What I also usually do is I'll drill a hole right there and right there, and I put some zip ties in there to make that just more sturdy. I run my wire up and around the back latch, around the servo, to that right side of the bike right now. Then you come back around the battery this side, and this is your negative terminal. You're gonna have this little deal. It's gonna have to, this little wire is gonna have to go connect to the negative terminal. And if you remove this screw right here, you can pry up the tank good enough so that you can get this wire down through here. Okay, once you get that down through there, now you got to lift up the tank. So I'm going to show you how to lift up the tank. This one has a steering stabilizer on it. Most of them don't come with that, but only thing you got to do with this is remove these two screws, place it out of the way, and the tank should lift up. Alright, once you get the tank lifted up by removing those two screws, you want to prop it up. I usually just prop it up with the seat. It makes it much more easy. Just make sure you have it situated pretty good. Another thing you want to do is next is you want to remove these screws, all of those, to take this cover off. Once you get to that cover, it's a white plug, the throttle position sensor plug, that you got to get to connect. Alright, you're going to have the throttle position sensor on that side. And your other cable that you're going to need is right there, the one that's brown with the, looks like 8 wires, 12 wires coming out of it. You have all the screws removed. You should see this is this is the air box, the air filter, the ram air tubes. They are 6 screws with an Allen head, like so. 3 along the top row and 3 along the back row. You have to remove to get the air box out. Kind of a pain in the ass to do that. Being that I already have the side panels removed, I'm going to show you another way that you can get to the same connector without doing all of that. This is one of your motor to frame mounts. Has 3 screws. Take that out. I don't know if you can see it, that white connector, that's the connector you're trying to get to. So you take these out, you can get to that same connector without removing all those screws, because trust me, that air box is a pain in the ass to get out. You have to twerk it and contort it so many different ways to try to get it out. It's just not, it's not worth the time if you already got your side panel off anyway, to just go ahead and remove those 3 screws and connect the same connect that you have to do. What you got to do is you got to slide your power commander wires down the side like so. Once you slide them that way, you should be able to pull them both out the bottom. Once you do that, disconnect this throttle resistor plug and plug this one in line. As you can see, all I did with this mounting bracket, loosen up the top one, remove the 2 bottom ones, and slid it to the side. Just as simple as that. Way less headache than taking out that air box. Trust me. There you have it. Connections are made. Now all I got to do is I'm going to place a few zip ties on that just to kind of keep it from moving around. You don't have to do that. That's strictly up to you. I just do it because I believe anything less that's moving around is less of a problem you're going to have down the road. Not to say you will have a problem if you don't, but I have zip ties. I got the time, so I'm gonna do it. Alright, everything's all nice and neat. Let's move around to the other side. The next wire you're going to need, this is your power commander connectors. This brown connector that's down there. Not gonna be able to do it with one hand. Alright, got the fuel rail connector loose. All the stuff is plug and play. The connector you just pulled out, this one, will go in here. And then this one, this connector, will go back where you got the old one from. Should look like so. Brown connector inside of the gray connector, and the same for down. There you go. I'm going to tuck all this in. I'm going to zip tie it also. Like I said, you don't have to do that. That's just what I do because, like I said, I just don't like stuff moving around. So once you do that, and you're going to come down to your battery. Unscrew. Place that on it. And you're done. If you took your airbox cover off, go ahead and place all the screws back in it. That way you can get ready to start placing your tank back down. You may have to kind of position the wires, play with the positioning on the wires on the other side to make sure that your fuel rail connector, the big gray plug, big brown plug, that it tucks down so that it won't interfere with your fuel pump wires and our gauge wires and your fuel pump line when you close your tank down. So you may want to play with the positioning, raising your tank, lowering your tank to make sure everything clears. And that's it. Let's button everything back up and see if we got power. Alright, let's see if we got power down here. If I cut this switch on, you should see the green light here. Go up and down and come back down to the lowest spot here. And that's it. Once you see that, you're pretty good. You're ready for tuning. Go ahead and mount your power commander wherever you like. This is just a spot where I mounted it that I found to be easy. That way you still got a little trunk space to do what you want to do. Instead of mounting it, right there with the Velcro or something like that. So I mount mine here. Still got a little bit of space in front of it, and a little bit of space to the sides of it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful. And again, trust me on removing that air box. A whole lot easier. Just take a side panel off and remove that mount. So, good luck.